At this time, I'd like to request everyone to stand in respect for the Pakistan national anthem and the flag raising ceremony. It is a great privilege and honor of inviting the Honorable Consul General of Pakistan, Mr. Janbaz Khan, and the Pakistan-Canada Association of Edmonton executives to raise the beautiful symbol of our country, the flag of Pakistan. A flag ceremony honors the Pakistan flag as a symbol of our country and all the hopes, dreams, and people it represents. So, as we proceed, it is with my great honor for me to introduce and welcome the Honorable Consul General of Pakistan, Mr. Janbaz Khan. He joined the Foreign Service of Pakistan in 1998 and held various positions in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He has served abroad in Turkey, India, Germany, France, and Sri Lanka. With that being said, let us invite the Honorable Consul General of Pakistan, Mr. Janbaz Khan, to deliver a special message from the President of Pakistan, Prime Minister of Pakistan, and an address from the Consul General. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Janbaz Khan with a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu Alaikum. What a pleasure and what a privilege to be here in Edmonton, capital of Alberta, with the Pakistani community who resides here. I believe this is the first time that the flag hoisting ceremony is being done outside Vancouver, in another province, in another capital. Without further ado, let me bring the messages of the President and the Prime Minister of Pakistan to you all in Western Canada. This message from Dr. Arif Alvi, President of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, on the occasion of 75th Independence Day of Pakistan. I quote, I wish to share in the happiness of my fellow countrymen on the auspicious occasion of the 75th Independence Day of Pakistan. The day reminds us to pay a rich tribute to the father of the nation, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and leaders and workers of the Pakistan movement who created a separate homeland for the Muslims of the subcontinent. During this 74 years journey, Pakistan faced many challenges, but it successfully overcame them with hard work, sacrifices, and the support of the entire nation. Pakistanis are a brilliant and brave nation that has made tremendous success in various fields, making the country distinguished from other nations. The world must appreciate the fact that Pakistan singularly fought a long-drawn war against terrorism and eventually defeated the menace. Similarly, the development of nuclear deterrence by Pakistan is is a great achievement that has made the country's defense impregnable. Not to forget that Pakistan is a host to millions of Afghan refugees for many decades. Pakistan also won laurels worldwide for the successful handling of COVID-19 pandemic. For this great achievement, I pay homage to doctors and paramedics, religious leaders, media, National Command and Operation Center, security forces, and the entire nation whose cooperation made it possible to contain the spread of COVID-19 virus. We have significantly improved all our macroeconomic indicators, which are now positively impacting lives of masses. Despite these achievements, Pakistan is still facing many challenges on social and economic fronts, such as increasing population, lack of health and education facilities, stunted growth, malnutrition, and various other diseases. It is encouraging to note that the government has taken certain steps for the empowerment of women and persons with disabilities by providing them loans and skills to make them financially independent. Additionally, the government has initiated various social welfare programs under the flagship Ehsaas program to provide education, health, and financial assistance to the impoverished segments of society. However, we need to make more efforts for the facilitation and welfare of PWDs and the empowerment of women by ensuring the provision of their right to inheritance. On this Independence Day, we also reaffirm our commitment to continue our moral, political and diplomatic support to the cause of Jammu and Kashmir dispute. I assure my Kashmiri brethren that Pakistan will continue to stand by them till the achievement of their right to self-determination in accordance with the United Nations Security Council resolutions. I also urge the international community to play its role to compel India to stop committing human rights abuses against the innocent Muslims of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and fulfill its commitment to grant Kashmiris their right to self-determination. Let's pledge to follow the ideals of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and work for the unity and prosperity of Pakistan. May Allah be with us all. Ameen. Pakistan, Paindabad. I unquote. This message would be followed by a message from the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Imran Khan. And I quote, as we hoist our national flag, mark Independence Day, we must reiterate the firm resolve to uphold our national values of unity, faith, discipline, as envisioned by the Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. We have surmounted monumental challenges during the course of our history to emerge as a united, peaceful and resilient nation. Even today, the changing regional dynamics, along with some domestic issues, continue to test our resolve. Like each time, we will also overcome these obstacles with our characteristic determination and come out stronger as a nation. Pakistan today can stand tall among the community of nations. Our policies towards reviving the economy, handling the pandemic, and protecting the environment have received universal acclaim. On this occasion, we should not forget our Kashmiri brothers and sisters in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, struggling for their right to self-determination and under extremely adverse circumstances, marked by illegal Indian occupation and unspeakable repression. Pakistan will continue to extend its full support to the Kashmiris in their just cause. Kashmiris are looking up to the international community to fulfill the promises made to them. Pakistan has rendered immense sacrifices and paid a heavy price for instability on its western border. We have consistently stressed that there is no military solution to the conflict in Afghanistan. Pakistan will continue to support a negotiated political settlement for durable peace and stability in Pakistan. We want peace within and peace without. Pursue our socio-economic agenda. The Naya Pakistan has shifted its focus from geopolitics to geoeconomics, with the well-being and welfare of our people as the topmost priority. Our government has undertaken every possible effort for the development and prosperity of Pakistan. This country is undoubtedly a gift of Allah Almighty for us. I once again felicitate all Pakistanis, both inland and overseas. On this auspicious occasion, I urge you to play your part in Pakistan, in making Pakistan a proud, prosperous and peaceful nation. Unquote. With this, I will come to a brief message from my side for the Pakistani community residing in Western Canada. I personally wish to extend my heartiest felicitation to all the Pakistani community living in Western Canada on the auspicious occasion of the Independence Day of Pakistan. August 14 reminds us of the epic democratic struggle of our forefathers for securing a separate homeland for the Muslims of the subcontinent, where they could spend their lives according to their religious, cultural and social values, free of foreign tyranny. Indeed, we are indebted to our ancestors for their innumerable sacrifices for the cause of freedom and dignity for their future generation. This day provides us an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to the ideals of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and to the aspirations of Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal, who wanted to see the Muslims of subcontinent flourish in a separate homeland without any fear of oppression, intolerance, inequality and injustice. Mr. Jinnah had envisioned a democratic, tolerant, progressive Pakistan, where every citizen could utilize his or her faculties to the fullest and could reap the benefits of socio-economic progress in an equitable manner. He strived and stood for rule of law, egalitarianism and establishment of democratic polity. Undoubtedly, our beautiful country is blessed with every gift of nature, from an ideal geostrategic location to the most talented progressive youth. We have all the ingredients to carve out our own destiny and rise as a successful nation in the world. Unswerving commitment to the ideals of Quaid and following the principle of unity, faith, discipline will help us overcome all our present-day challenges and make Pakistan a self-reliant, economically vibrant and a prosperous country. Let us on this day renew our pledge to build Quaid-e-Azam's Pakistan. Let us on this day also pay our tributes to our heroes and to all those who have put their hearts, souls and lives towards ensuring that our freedom is not marred by any internal and external factors. Let us on this day dedicate ourselves to those ideals and also to reassess as to what extent we have been able to achieve these ideals. आप सबको यौम आज़ादी मुबारक हो, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद. I thank you very much. And once again, I would like to acknowledge the Pakistan-Canada Association of Edmonton for hosting this event. It is a bit austere because of the COVID situation and the holy month of Muharram, but Pakistan is in our heart. A brief message, a small message which I would like to convey to all of you is that remember, you are Canadians, but you have Pakistani heritage. You have two flags and you should be proud of it. I thank you very much. And once again, I would like to acknowledge and extend my gratefulness to the Pakistani Canadian Association of Edmonton for taking care of this event in Edmonton. And inshallah, next event, which is the Pakistan Day, we hopefully will be in Saskatoon. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.